Good afternoon, Yankees fans. This is Ken, and you're here with the ugly truth. Before I start, going to give some shout outs to folks that are here in the stream with us. Uh, Want to tip my hat to John the Beagle Dad, uh, Joe from NY Yankees Mania, or John the Beagle Dad, and FJ. Thanks for joining the stream this morning or this afternoon. We are going to go over the pre-series review for the Yankees versus the Orioles. It's going to be sort of short because at this point the Orioles haven't announced all their starters yet. And I'll give you what we have for who we have. We're going to start with the O's. At this point in the season, the O's are 10-17, and they are fifth in the AL East. Out of their last 10 games, the O's are sitting at 3-7. Currently, they're on a 3-game losing streak, and their home and road splits are not very good. Their home record is 5-6, so they're below 500 there, and their road record is 5-11, so they're winning less than half of their games on the road. The O's record against teams who have a better than 500 record this season is 5-10. The run differential for the O's offense is a negative 39 runs. So they are giving up a ton of runs, and they are not scoring much whatsoever. In the 9 series that the Orioles have played this season, their record is 1-6-2. Worse than thought. Hey, Rodney, good to see you. Thanks for joining the stream. 1-6-2 to begin the season is extremely bad. They have not lived up to the team that they were last year when they were competing with us for the AL East title. They have their sole series win against the Cleveland Guardians. They have series losses to the Reds, the Nationals, Red Sox, Royals, Diamondbacks, Tigers. Why do I think that this may be? Well, the O's have some significant injuries starting the season out like we have had. It's something that we've talked about in other streams and on different channels. The Orioles have lost Zach Eflin, one of their top starters, Grayson Rodriguez, who was an up-and-comer who was supposed to be in their rotation, Trevor Rogers, another starter, former Yankee that they traded for, Cody Poteet, and Andrew Kittredge, who was supposed to be one of their big arms coming out of the bullpen. Let me bring up my Rodney statement. Those fans were lied to, said that they were going to spend money. Well, let's see. In the offseason, they lost their ace starter, Corbin Burns, to free agency, who ended up with the Diamondbacks. They lost Frank Santander, who is now on the Jays that we saw this past weekend. Greetings, Cold Italian Pizza. Glad to see you joining the stream. And Sunil, good to see you hopping in too. Most appreciated. The Orioles did bring in Tyler O'Neill as one of their outfield replacements, and O'Neill has now just been placed on the injured list. So another hit. So basically the O's are missing 5 arms out of their rotation and pen, and one of their key bring back players. I see that Joe from NY Yankees Media is hopping up, and I will add him. Hey, Joe, welcome to the stream. Thanks for showing up.
How you doing, everyone? How you doing, Ken? Yeah, yeah, Ken. I'm getting a backlash again. I'm gonna have to switch over to the other stream.
Okay,
Okay, so
I will
I'll be back.
see you back in a few minutes. Thanks. Appreciate you trying.
No problem.
Not a worry.
See you later.
Yeah. The Orioles, like I said, have been riddled with injuries, just like a lot of teams in the league, and they truly are not competitive in the AL East, and obviously they're getting beat about the head and shoulders like a drum. That I guess that fares well for the Yankees coming to town to Camden Yards. Right now, the pitching matches that we have with regard to the Orioles is starting this evening. Will Warren matching up against Sugano. Sugano is probably their best pitcher on the roster. He is currently packing a 2-1 record with a 3.54 ERA. Sugano, one of those Japanese pitchers, seems to feature a truckload of pitches. He has his primary pitch is a splitter that runs about 86 miles an hour. He has a sweeper, a cutter, a four-seam fastball that's registered up at about 92. And like all Japanese pitchers, he throws a heavy sinker and a curveball. Things about Sugano that are really pluses for him is he doesn't walk batters. He is always somewhere near the strike zone. And he has a little bit better than average ground ball rate. So he relies on movement on his pitches and for hitters to pound the ball into the ground. All right, I see Joe again. We'll bring him up. Welcome back, Joe.
How you doing, Ken? How's everything going? How's everybody in the stream?
Well, we've got a nice following hopping in here and active conversations. Sunil's talking about movie, actually, The Accountant 2. Saw it yesterday and thought it was a great movie, and I plan on watching that. So,
Oh, great. Yeah, it's been a while since saw a really good movie in the theaters. I haven't really had a chance for it. I would love to. Eventually, it would be a great idea.
and we have Cold Italian Pizza joining the stream. Welcome, brother. Appreciate it. Comment from Cold Italian Pizza. Ken, really hoping the Yanks go down to Camden Yards and do damage against O's pitching woes. I honestly think that we could actually go down to Camden and sweep the series from them. I would not be surprised if we took 3. Like I said, their run differential is a negative 39, which is probably close to the worst in baseball, and that doesn't bode well for them. Uh, Although that doesn't mean a hell of a lot when you're playing the Yankees, because it seems like everybody tries to get right against us and they play their hardest. So hopefully we will be there to counter it with good pitching, good relief pitching, since Mr. Boone announced that we have moved Devin Williams off the closer role, and it is now in the hands of Luke Dreamweaver. As you guys know, who's been following the season closely, Dreamweaver has made a bunch of appearances and he hasn't given up a run yet. So
It's definitely the right move, Ken, without a doubt. At least until this point. Until Williams shows, you know, consistency, gets some batters out in key situations. He's not going to see that closer's role for a little while. I know that people in the past in Yankee land, this has happened to, and they've been taken out of the closer's role for a little bit, and they come back and they're Superman. So, I think it'll work. It's probably going to work wonders. Hopefully, the main thing is he's not hurt. As long as he's not hurt, there's always a chance he's going to become Williams again. So that's what we have to hold on to.
Yeah, the long and short about Williams, uh, he doesn't historically start well in April, and I think that can be some of his woes. Uh, Life for him could be tough. I mean, he's coming from Milwaukee. Milwaukee is not the hotbed of the media. You go to New York City and you are going to find cameras and microphones in your face everywhere you turn. May not like the pressure of it, and I'm quite sure that when he was in Milwaukee, he didn't have fans booing him from Jump Street, hollering, "We want Weaver."
No, not at all. Not at all. So again, it's going to take some time. And really, it's that one pitch, that one batter. He gets a big out. He'll get his confidence back, and they'll have confidence back in him. And then you'll have, and on top of that, to make things even better with Johnny with Loizaga coming back eventually, you got a three-headed monster there. So look towards the future. The future looks very bright in that Yankee bullpen. So again, it's going to take a little bit of time, but in my opinion, all he needs is one break, one big strikeout, something where he's going to pump his fist. He's just going to come back and beat the Williams again that everybody knows.
Well, Joe, I want to say that a lot of fans live in fantasy land consistently. Oh, we got this guy coming back last year. LeMahieu was on the shelf. DJ's working himself through. He'll help us break out of the slump. He's going to be great. He came up and he was less than great.
Mm-hmm.
Fans turned their back on him and tried to blame our entire losing streak for 6 weeks on DJ. DJ's a broken down old man. Come on now. Let's be realistic. We have pitchers that are on the shelf that are coming back. Johnny Loizaga. Loizaga hasn't pitched in over a year. And if fans expect that he's going to come back and be the freaking closer type with stuff that he had prior to his injury, Fantasyland, brother, because it ain't going to happen.
It's going to take time, no question.
Exactly. But Yankee fans don't have patience for time.
Well,
Last year, classic example, the captain, greatest hitter on the freaking planet. In the month of April, he hit 170. You had people trying to boo him out of the stadium. Real Bill, welcome to the stream, brother. You had people booing the captain, telling the captain that Soto was the real captain. He wasn't the captain. No flowers whatsoever, no patience whatsoever. Oh, we overpaid him. He's washed. Now look at him. He's a god among men for this season.
Well, yeah, right now. Right now.
Exactly. And young Jason Dominguez. Jason Dominguez, when he came up 2 years ago, god among men. 10 freaking games in the major leagues, and he's the next Mickey Mantle. We bring him up last year. He's hitting 178. What's wrong with this guy? The Yankees broke him. He comes up in spring training, can't seem to catch a fly ball to save his life. Oh, he's a bust. We ain't played one freaking season. He's got like 18 games under his belt. Can we give this guy a chance to be adjusted to being a major leaguer and become the player that he's supposed to be? We had a long leash with Anthony Volpe. Do no other rookie / prospects get that Bonifati?
No, you're right.
So
Speaking of
Yankee,
Anthony
yeah,
Volpe, shout out to a happy birthday to Mr. Volpe. He's a ripe old age of 24.
and he's a kid. He is a kid, and the fate of the world rests on this kid's shoulders. Do we extend him? Do we dump him? Do we bring up Lombard Jr. to take his spot?
Yeah. And then when he slumps, where's Jeter? Or, where's so and so? Or where, it's always going to be like that, Ken. The Yankee fans, they are the greatest fans in the world, but, they're going to be hard on their team. And again, I understand both sides. It's like knowing the union and knowing management. And the bottom line is, if you're buying season tickets and nobody's forcing you to, nobody, you could still watch it on Yes, you could watch it at home, and it doesn't cost you a dime aside from your cable bill. You shouldn't really go out and go crazy. I know they're paying crazy prices, but you choose to do that, fans. Folks, not the Yankees, not Ken, not me, nobody. That's your choice. So you have to have pay. You got to go along with the flow. And Yankee fans haven't had a world title since 2009, so they're gonna bicker. They're gonna do this, but just because they haven't had a title since 2009, a lot of good things have happened through those years. I mean, they've been in the playoffs. I know, obviously they did not win, but it could be worse. They're competitive every year, how Steinbrenner says. No matter what, they're going to be competitive, and the way the chips fall, that's what happens. But they want perfection. You can't have perfection. Look what's happening to the Dodgers, I'm not treading a tear for them, but they're losing their whole pitching staff. It's going to come down to Yamamoto soon. Today they got
well,
some more bad news. And so, hey, listen, anything, at least we have a pitching staff, we have a relief pitching. Tired of all these injuries for the Yankees. Now it's just every day two three guys go on the IL. It's incredible. It's not like it was years ago. I
well,
wish all the fans now would have been able to see what we saw, Ken, years ago.
well. These guys, in my personal opinion, are softer than the players of old. These guys have load management. They have every metric on the planet that tells them how to pitch, where to where to stand, uh, how to roll their fist over. I mean, it's an electronic nightmare for an old guy like me. However, during yesterday's game, the first game, I saw something that I haven't seen for years and years, and it came from the Blue Jays. Kevin Gossman was the pitcher, and in the third inning, he just did not. He didn't have it. He had pitched two really solid innings, and he lost the strike zone.
Yes,
That
he
man
did.
stood up. That man stood up through and threw over 50 pitches in an inning. Normal analytics in baseball would never have had that happen. He wouldn't have pitched more than 35, maybe 40 at the most. And I think ended up pitching like 54 pitches.
Hmm. Yeah,
And I'm gonna bring up a real Bill comment. Uh, there used to be 3-man rotations, catchers caught every day, and players legged out every play. Absolutely correct. And the game, one of the things that used to drive me batty was Robinson Cano hitting a ball into the infield and him walking to first base or lumbering to first base. And then they throw the ball and it's misplayed. And had he actually run, he would have been at first. But no, he's dicking around and he gets thrown out. And that disease seems to have gotten more and more out there in baseball, a bit of lazy play. I see that we've lost Joe again. All right. Well, I will get back to the matchup tonight. We have Will Warren facing up against Sagano. Warren is 1-0 on the season, and he has dropped his ERA to a 4.79. If you recall Warren's start in Tampa, he lasted 1 2/3 innings. I think he got squeezed a bit by the umpires. He threw 50 some odd pitches and got pulled out of the game. His following start, he made 5 innings, and if I'm not mistaken, I think he gave up 1 hit. So he had a bounce back start. So what version of Warren do you have tonight? I don't know. I think it'll still be favorable. The O's don't have a real big track record against Warren, and frankly, they're just not hitting that well. If we go over the O's batting statistics, bring up another Real Bill comment that I agree with. Warren is getting better. He's learning his curveball. Learning curve has accelerated. Yeah, he's not trying to nibble as much as he was before. He is actually strike zone accurate, and he's got more movement on his fastball, which helps him keep hard contact off his pitches. But back to the O's. The O's are hitting a mere 223 on the season, which has them 27th in the league. They are somewhere near the bottom of the majors in batting average. All right, Joe is back again. All right, brother. The O's have scored 108 runs this season, which has them 19th, bottom half. They have hit 33 home runs, which pops them up at 9th. Their on-base percentage is a 297, which is 25th in the league, and their slug is 380, which is 19th. So all their offensive categories are pretty much in the toilet. The team's batting average leader is Cedric Mullins.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I hear you. The Orioles' batting average leader on the season is Cedric Mullins, famous Yankee killer, and he's leading with a 279 average. Mullins is also their home run leader with 6, and he is their RBI leader with 20. So most of the runs are being accounted through Mullins. Let's see. After Mullins' 279 average, their next, hey Jake Boss, welcome to the stream. Their next highest batter is superstar shortstop Gunnar Henderson, hitting a whole 220 on the season. So if you hold the comparisons against Volpe and Henderson, not such a big measure of difference. All right, Joe. Welcome back.
Sorry about that, guy. I just got kicked off. Tried everything to come back, and I'm back.
All right, you're back. While we have you here, I know that you have a special announcement for NY Yankees Mania, so feel free to go ahead and drop that right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Thank you. Later on in the stream, hopefully everyone will come on. I know Ken will be coming on to New York Yankee Mania at 5:45, and I'm proud to announce we're going into our first giveaway. Um, uh, Basically, what we're going to do is I'm rewarding someone, and at least to say thank you to you, the fans. What it really entails, everyone, is we have 85 subscribers. When we hit 100, I am going to give somebody that's in the chat that night, that day, whenever we hit 100, as long as you subscribed, I'm going to give out a trivia question. The first person to get it right, all I can tell you is it's going to be a very nice prize. What I will tell you is it is something to do with Amazon. That's all I'm going to tell you at this point. So you'll have to tune in, and let's get and we have to get 100 subscribers, and you have to answer a trivia question. I'm very excited about it, and just furthermore, every time we hit a plateau, another giveaway will go, especially so from 200 especially to 500. When we hit 500, and God willing we will have a really really nice giveaway. This is nice too, but this is a start for me to say thank you for coming on so quickly and having about 85 subscribers right now. But the main number is going to be 100, and I'm really looking forward to giving out the first gift to one of the lucky viewers. Thank you, Ken, for letting me say just a little piece of it later on.
No problem, Joe. Appreciate you coming on and supporting the stream. And I'm cheap. I don't give things away, at least not yet.
No.
Uh, on the season thus far, oh, I see my kid sister has hopped in. Hi, Nancy. Welcome aboard.
Hi, Nancy. How
Uh,
you doing?
our New York Yankees are sitting at a record 17-11 on the season. We are in first place in the AL East, and we are currently on a 6-4 run out of our last 10 games. Our road record is 7-6, so we're over 500, which is always a plus for us. And our home record is 10-5. Our record against teams that are greater than 500, and we don't have to worry about that one on this particular trip, is 7-9. The run differential for us is a plus 42 compared to the negative 39 of the Orioles. So we have the makings of scoring a lot of runs against these fellas.
Well, you got to remember though, Ken, they do have they're probably their number one pitcher at this point on the mound tonight, and when he's on, he's a very very productive pitcher. So listen, we've come out of the last couple of games with very good pitchers. We've held our own, but this is the game that's probably gonna be the tight one. But you never know. Like I said, if the Yankees have their hitting shoes on, and Warren is a pinpoint with the control and his two of his wicked pitches, Yankees stand a very very good chance. By the way, there is one afternoon game. The Mets and the Nationals go at it at 4:05, and then everything else is at night. There was one player movement today. He's like a robot going everywhere. Eddie Rosario has just re-signed with the Atlanta Braves. He's had very very nice spurts, especially with Atlanta, but he goes back and forth, Minnesota, Atlanta, and you name it. So he's all over the place, but he's back with Atlanta as of today.
Yep, his third trip to Atlanta.
Yeah, in the off season, I was kind of hoping that because the Yankees were, looking for an infielder or whatever, I really thought they might take a chance on him. He does hit well in Yankee Stadium. He's got that nice swing from the left side, but obviously did not pan out. And but I think we did okay with putting Chaz at second, and then having a little quartet at third base, and of course we all know the other moves. So, but yeah, he would. He's a nice fit. He does have his spurts when he gets hot. He can get like 7, 8 hits in a row. That's just the player he is.
Speaking of the matchup, uh, Tomoyuki Sugano is got some negatives that I think were not going to work well against him. Team batting averages against him is greater than 250.
Hmm.
He doesn't tend to strike out a lot of people. He doesn't have a lot of whiffs, and people aren't chasing his stuff. So if the Yankees demonstrate the patience that they had in yesterday's twin killing of the Jays, things look good for us.
Oh
The
yeah.
matchup the matchup for tomorrow, game 2, is going to be Carlos Rodon facing an unknown pitcher. They haven't made their announcement yet, so I'm not sure. Uh, are they bringing someone up to put in that spot? Don't know. So we will more to follow on that one. But as you know, Carlos Rodon is shaping into the pitcher that we all need him to be. Through the season, he is 3-3. He has dropped his ERA from a mid sevens down to a 3.50. In his last 4 outings, he has not, or his last 2 outings, he has not given up an earned run. Real Bill, I don't think that it will be Cody Poteet because Cody Poteet is on the IL unless they bring him back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got to be somebody from the minors, or maybe they're gonna pull a bullpen. They might pull a bullpen for tomorrow. Who knows?
Could be.
Yeah, it's wait and see. I think they're into some decent weather there, so I don't think there's going to be any problems with the weather. So it looks like all three games will be played.
This because I'm in Virginia Beach, the MLTV has Oriole and National games blacked out. So I will have to look at the local stream and listen to Jim Palmer and his raggedy crew bash the Yankees for the entire game. Uh, if you are not interested in listening to said commentary, there are plenty of folks who are doing play-by-plays that are simulcast with the game. Max from Max Coverage TV, NFE from the Strike Zone, Ace from the Ace Avenue. All great content creators, all great play-by-play guys. We've done a few here, and I'm not sure if Joe wants to call one of the games here from Baltimore. We'll talk about that later offline. But for tomorrow's Cold Italian Pizza, you're right. We're on the road for 3, and then we're back at home, and we're at home for 3. So we're sort of like being yo-yos. But this
Yeah.
May schedule is going to be brutal for us. Uh, Rodon has had 8+ strikeouts in his last 4 starts. He is providing the length. He's pitched in every game except for the first one of the season, 6+ innings. So Rodon certainly is shaping in to be a very, very good pitcher this year, and hopefully it will continue, and he will be the number 2 that we need him to be this season until Luis Hill returns. Uh, and game 3 will be Cookie Carrasco versus a young left-handed pitcher from the O's, Cade Povich. Povich came up last season. He doesn't have a lot of major league reps. He throws a four-seam fastball, a sweeper. His fastball is only at 92 miles an hour. He has a curve, a changeup, and a sinker. Doesn't tend to fool people with this stuff, and doesn't have a whiff rate. The exit velo is 90 plus average coming off the bat for players. He gets a fair amount of ground balls, nothing too spectacular. But the thing about Povich is Povich doesn't walk hitters. So if he's around the strike zone and is not throwing hard against the team, I like our chances against Povich. Are you back, Joe? And for our New York Yankees, our pitching stats, the team ERA has dropped to a 370, which has us 11th in the league. We've allowed 26 home runs, which has us 10th in the league. The whip is a 1.20, which is 7th in the league. And batting average against our pitching staff is only a 203, which is number 1 in Major League Baseball. There are a lot of pluses that are starting to come into focus with regard to our staff, and that was a very heavy concern area after the announcement of Schmidt, Cole, and Heel being on the shelf. After a very good weekend of hitting, our league stats, our team batting average is up to 262, which has us second in Major League Baseball. We've scored a total of 155 runs, which has us second. We have 45 team home runs, which is first in the majors. Our on-base percentage is 348, first in the majors. And our slug is a 468, first in the majors. So we're sitting near the top in every offensive category on the planet. And we are moving into the top 15, 20% for all pitching categories. So if we keep playing to hilt, this is a sustainable run. And
Can
we have, yes, sir. Okay. I can't see you, but I can hear you. And doing a quick check, there is still not a lineup available for tonight's game. Tonight's game is going to be at 6:35 p.m. At Camden Yards. One of the things that I like is that they have now moved back the left field wall. And from those of you who have been to Camden Yards over the past 4 or 5 seasons, the Baltimore has been known as the Bronx South, because when you show up to their stadium, there are more Yankee fans than there are O fans, and that's even when they're playing well. So that bodes well for us. We'll have fan support. They're struggling a bit, and we have the potential to do good things. From the IL front, Luis Hill started his throwing, so the first steps for returning to the season for us, which is a good thing. Johnny Lasagna pitched his first rehab start or rehab game, and he pitched 1 inning, had a strikeout. DJ's rehab is being moved to AAA Scranton, and he will be playing a game there in the next day or so. DJ through his early rehabs is hitting 6 for 10 for a 600 batting average. He has a home run, a double, and it appears that he is moving like DJ of old. That could bode well for us. Excuse me. And with regard to Giancarlo Stanton, he has actually been taking at-bats, live at-bats in the cage with real pitching. So is that a sign that he's going to return soon? We don't have a timetable, but it's a first great step for us to be able to get Big G back on the field. All in all, honestly, I'm very optimistic about this series. I feel that we actually outmatched the O's, and that's been a few years since I felt that. On the season, it seems that the boys are doing extremely well. Last year, we were pretty close to 500 playing at the stadium, and we seem to be winning a majority of those games, which is a huge differential. The other thing that I like is that the boys, we've lost some games, but we don't ever really seem like we're truly out of the game, any game that we've played in this season, with the exception of the Tarek Skubal game in Detroit and the Zach Gallen appearance in Yankee Stadium. Other than that, out of the 2 losses out of our 11, we've been competitive in all the games. Like I said, we're on the road for 3 in Baltimore. Then we do a boomerang right back to Yankee Stadium, where we face up against Tampa Bay, and then San Diego comes to town, and that will definitely be a challenge for us since since San Diego has been one of the better teams in the league, and they actually are leading the NL West over the Dodgers. Then we break out and we make a West Coast run. Not my particular favorites on the planet, but we will be on the road to I think it's Sacramento, where the Athletics are playing out of, and then we're up to Seattle. Seattle presents its own problems. They've got an outstanding pitching staff. They may not be able to score a lot of runs, but they're able to shut good offenses down. So a little nervous about that one. Then we have our boomerang back to the Bronx, where we start the Subway Series with the Mets. So that'll be Juan Soto's return home, and we'll see how the fans treat him and how he's doing at that part of the season. I don't suspect that there's going to be a lot of love for him. However, you never can tell. Then we're going to have the Rangers, who have been playing extremely good ball, come into the stadium, and that'll present its own challenges. And then we're back on the road again, heading to the West Coast to play against the Colorado Rockies, where a lot of the subscribers, or well, not a lot, there are some subscribers that are going to be uh, in Colorado to check that Game 3 series out, and they are going to meet with NFE from the strike zone. So that should be a good thing. Then we continue our trip to face up against the Angels, and then we finally finish that damn West Coast leg with a trip to the Dodgers' homeland. So it'll be a rematch of the World Series, and there will be certainly no love lost. Hey, Jonathan, how you doing? Welcome to the stream, brother. That is about my review for the pre-series review with the Yankees and the Orioles. So I'm dropping a link. Anyone who wishes to come up and say their piece, more than welcome. For those of you who haven't, please hit the like or subscribe. After the stream is ended, if you have questions or comments, please drop them and I will answer to the best of my ability. Bringing up a comment from Cold Italian Pizza. The A's don't suck anymore. They compete. Yes, they do. And they have a monster sitting at the back end of their bullpen who made our Fab 3 look pretty silly when he came in to close the game against us last year at the stadium. And he hasn't done anything but get better. All right. Bring up a comment from Joe. Hey, Ken, just let everyone know that you will definitely be on at 5:45, and there is no reason to apologize because real life happens every day. And got to take care of the important things, Joe. No worries. I can see that we don't have any takers for coming up. So I'm going to end this stream, but I will let you know that we'll be back on tomorrow at 10 o'clock, and we'll talk baseball. So thank you for everyone who has jumped into the stream, for Joe for coming up, and appreciate y'all's support. I think right now we are at 80 subscribers for The Ugly Truth. So, like I said, like, comment, subscribe if you're out there listening and not typing in the text. If you think this content has value for any of your friends out there, please forward our information. Thanks again. Real Bill, I made it back to say goodbye. All right. I will end with my customary before game time. Let's go Yankees.